Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Friday, March 17th slate of the March Madness tournament. We are still here in the round of 64. We are on day 2 of the round of 64. And man, day 1 did not disappoint. Not only did we end up having a really good day, which we will end up getting to here in just a second, but we did also have just a crazy day of basketball. The upsets were flying everywhere, and it was just an incredible day to watch basketball. Hopefully day 2 lives up to the same hype that day 1 did, but without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. We are still currently on the road to 12,000 subscribers, so if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. Thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me, so much more than you guys will ever know. So, if you guys are watching this video, odds are there will be an NBA video posted either as you guys are watching this, or it will be posted a little bit later for best bets in the NBA as well. So make sure that you guys do go ahead and check that out as well. This is strictly for March Madness. The NBA video will be a little bit later in the day. We ended up having a pretty good day in the NBA as well. Just a little bit of a spoiler alert. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into a quick recap as of yesterday. But before we do, and boom, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are here with the shades on, with the sunnies on. And if you guys are new around here, you guys have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. My name is King Sanders, and if you guys take a look up here in the top right corner of your guys' screen, we ended up having a clean sweep on the day. Ended up going 3-0 on our official plays. Unfortunately, our leans didn't really do very well, but the official plays did end up going 3-0, so we ended up bringing out the brooms, bringing out the shades, bringing out the sunnies. So without any further ado, let's dive into a quick recap from that. So we did end up having our first play of the day. We had Auburn Moneyline versus Iowa. I just did not trust this Iowa team. They are a very streaky team. They're a very inconsistent team. And Auburn was just the more solid, the more complete team, the team that is not going to be up in the air and you're not going to know what you're going to get from them. You know what you're going to get from Auburn, and they really displayed that today as well. Then we had Duke. -5.5 versus Oral Roberts, no sweat. I said in there about the Coach K thing. It's easy. It was so easy. Duke ended up having a great night. They ended up winning by a very large margin, so that one ended up working out for us as well. And then we had the late night hammer. We had Penn State +2.5. You could have taken this at the money line for plus value. You would have hit that easily. They ended up winning by double digits, and it really wasn't even close for most of the game. They let up a little bit there at the end, but it really didn't even matter. So, like I said, we ended up going 3-0 on our plays. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's plays. For our first official play of the day, we're going to be taking Drake +2 here versus Miami at -115 odds. I do not mind the money line. If you guys want to go ahead and bet on the money line, go for it. I love Drake here. I think that Drake ends up winning this game outright. This is my one lock of the day. This has been a play that is on every single one of my brackets besides I think it was one. So if this ends up not hitting, then it is what it is. I'll take my loss, but I love Drake in this spot. Drake is 1-0 against the spread versus ranked teams. They've been very solid versus teams that have shown that they are a very good caliber. They are also 5-1-1 against the spread in neutral site games. So being in neutral site does not affect this Drake team whatsoever. Not to mention Miami on the flip side of things is just 1-3 against the spread in neutral site games. Drake actually has one of the best defenses in all of basketball. If you go ahead and take a look at it by the numbers, whether it be defensive efficiency, whether it be points allowed, it doesn't matter. Drake has been a very solid defense all year long, and I think they continue this going into the tournament as well. They have a ton of momentum going into the big dance since they have won and covered in 8 of their last 9 games. That's crazy. Drake has been on an absolute roll. In Miami, they've really struggled here going into the tournament. They have not covered in 4 straight games. So you're looking at a team of 2 different tales here. You're looking at a Drake team that has all the momentum in the world. You're talking about a Miami team that has nearly no momentum, and they're starting to lose hope. I love Drake here to hammer it. That is going to be our first official play of the day. I love this play here. I love the spot here. We're going to be riding with it for first official play. Drake +2 here versus Miami at -115 odds. Now for our second official play of the day, We're going to be taking Memphis money line here versus FAU at minus 130. I don't mind the 2.5. I think that or minus 2 or whatever it really is. I think it's 2.5. But regardless, I don't mind that. I think that they can get there for sure. But I'm taking the money line just to be a little bit more safe. Memphis has been really good as a neutral site team this year with a record of 6-1 against the spread in neutral site games. Also, FAU, they haven't played a ranked opponent all year long. I think that this Memphis team is going to come in and make it very, very tough for a team like FAU, who hasn't really had a whole lot of experience this year. I think that Memphis gets it done. I think Memphis, they are starting to trend in the right direction. They were dealing with some injuries and stuff earlier on in the year. Memphis has shown that they can play. They are coming off of a double-digit win versus Houston, who did struggle a little bit yesterday. But regardless, Houston, 1 seed, they're coming off of a double-digit victory towards them. Going into the big dance, I do think that Memphis can win this one pretty easily. And so I do think that Memphis makes it very tough for this FAU team to be able to win. So that is going to be our second official play of the day. Memphis money line here versus FAU at minus 130 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're going to be taking North Carolina State +5 here versus Creighton at minus 110 odds. Now, I got to be honest, I like this for a couple different reasons. First things first, despite Creighton being a very good defense, that's the one thing that we hear about them all the time. We hear about how great their defense is. Despite their defense being really good, if you take a look at their defensive efficiency, they have a defensive efficiency of .965, which is really good. That's definitely a good defensive efficiency. But NC State is right behind them with a defensive efficiency of .989. They are right behind this team, and I think that they are going to be able to keep this game close enough. The over-under is, I think it's going to be a little bit trappy. I think it is going to stay under, and I think the reason being is because North Carolina is going to keep this game close. I love North Carolina State in this spot, and NC State is also 4-2 against the spread in neutral site games. They have been one of the few teams that it really doesn't bother where they're playing at. They're still going to bring their A game 100% of the time. And Creighton this year is 14-14 against the spread as a favorite. So, despite them being a pretty solid team overall, anytime that they are favored, it's not like they have a tremendous advantage over anything else. So I really do love the spot here for a third and final play of the day. North Carolina State +5 versus Creighton at minus 110 odds. Now I am going to talk about 4 different leans that I do have. I wanted to make all these official plays. I personally will be betting on all these, but I really do like them as well. I like Kentucky -4 here versus Providence. Providence just has not shown me anything that I can really grasp a hold on to, especially for the duration of March Madness. So I don't love the spot here for Providence. I think that Kentucky comes in and really gets things done. I also do like Indiana -4.5 here versus Kent State. Indiana is one of the few Big Ten teams that I truly trust this year. Them and Penn State have been really solid. Indiana is, I think, going to have a very good chance of making it far. Indiana is going to be one of the teams, they either get bounced right away or they make a pretty deep run. I like Trace Jackson-Davis. I like Hood Schifino. I think that they have plenty of pieces on this Indiana team to make it far, and I think that they do get it done here versus Kent State. I also like Iona +9 here versus UConn. I know that UConn has been pretty solid. They have one of the most NBA-ready players in all of college basketball, but I still like Iona here. I think that that's just too many points overall. Iona has a lot of momentum, and they have been very solid all year long. I think that they can get it done here versus UConn. At least keep it close. I don't think they win, but I do think 9 points is just too many. And I also do like Michigan State -2 here versus USC. Tom Izzo in March. I really don't need to say too much more, but I do think that Tom Izzo is going to be able to take this Michigan State team and push them through the first round of the tournament. So that is our 4th official lean. Michigan State -2 here versus USC. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 12,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Sander signing out. Peace.